Hey everyone, I hope you're well today. My chosen LIDT career to focus on today is consulting. What drew me to consulting were three main topics: autonomy, communication and experience, and design education. With autonomy, it allows me to have the independence to work remotely or anywhere in the world. That is important because as a military spouse, we may be living in Japan or Alaska. It also enables me to take the lead on the decision-making process for all things related to the consulting business. This is important to me because I've always been very independent, and I've always taken the torch for learning more, exploring more, and for reflecting on what worked and what didn't. It also allows for me to lead in my own professional development as an LIDT professional. Whether it's that I meet with mentors or that I address a very weak link in my skill set. I am happy to take that on because I know that at the end of the day, my consulting will improve, and therefore learners will benefit. As stated in one of our recent readings, communication is the most important factor to being a successful LIDT professional. As someone who constantly tries to reflect and grow on both my nonverbal and verbal communication, I see this as a plus. I've also been a consultant in the music education world for about 11 years now. So being able to communicate effectively with others, regardless of the way they communicate, how they communicate, what they need, etc., it's something that I always try to do better at. Similar to said earlier, since I would lead my own professional development as an LIDT professional, it would allow me to take more design certification courses, design education courses, conventions, and many more learning opportunities as an LIDT professional. For example, I obtained the Google Professional UX Design certification in December of 2023, and it was such an incredible experience. I would 100% do it again. It helped me with the verbiage of instructional design when it came to the 5-phased model of designing for the user. Those users are learners, so it transfers directly over to learning design. This model was provided in the Google UX Design certification program. As it's in the research, that 5-phase model is crucial. Opportunities for consultants in the LIDT profession are with nonprofit organizations, military and government, small businesses, and K-12 education. Let's think about the skill set that a successful consultant in the LIDT field needs. They need to be able to network. Networking with your peers, friends, family, local businesses, and community is imperative for your success as a consultant. You can attend local and national conferences, AECT, ATD, IBS TPI, ISPI. You can participate in the Chamber of Commerce for your city. This is where small businesses come together and they have a meeting at a local coffee shop, a library, somewhere quiet and calm that you can converse about your businesses and somebody else's as well. And you all try to work together to improve your businesses, much like a work out loud circle. You can also connect with local businesses, nonprofits, schools, and further to see if there's any way you can benefit their programs. I bet there is, but you just have to be creative on what it is that you are offering to them. Another skill of successful consultants in the LIDT field is self-awareness. Being aware of your strengths and weaknesses is an honest and vulnerable experience. It's not necessarily the most exciting experience, but it is something that everyone needs to improve their skill sets and therefore be able to expand what they can offer. Fill in the gaps in your own learning. Participate in some guided education on your own. Seek out feedback and provide feedback in the network of professionals that you have built, perhaps from the conferences that you've attended. And perhaps look at certifications and programs through ATD. Awareness of the current market in the LIDT field. Ask yourself, what's new? What's up and coming? It seems right now one of the newest items is talking about how AI will impact the instructional designer's position. And the self-awareness of who claps for you. Dr. Cliff Madsen, a music professor at Florida State University, provides a lecture at the very end of one of our courses that talks about who claps for you. What this really means at the end of the day is who supports you wholeheartedly, without a doubt, no matter if you are succeeding or not. Maybe you're going through a rough patch. They will still clap for you. Maybe you're really going through a great time. You have so many opportunities. They will still clap for you. Building that support pool, in my opinion, is a form of self-care, when it comes to your business and your personal well-being. Another skill that successful consultants have is business knowledge. Being able to build a day-to-day schedule that is efficient, balanced, and productive. To manage communications from email to phone, text, social media, whatever it is, we need to make sure that we keep in touch with all of our communication fields. Leading our budget, tax forms, tax laws. This is not necessarily a fun topic, but it is one that is necessary. Understanding your expenses versus your profits, and allowing yourself to grow more based on the need. Branding, PR, marketing, and advertising. How does the world see you? Is that brand something that's modern, minimalistic, rustic? Let the world see you as you want to be seen. Flyers, brochures, Instagram posts, videos, promos. The advertising and marketing opportunities are endless. Website building and management. Allow yourself to understand how to build a website, how to design it, and how to make changes efficiently. The knowledge of contract for consultants in the LIDT careers, from CFP to RFP, to RFQ, to a contract. And last but not least, as a successful consultant, you must have independence. Being able to guide yourself through all of these navigations to become your own SME in communications, technology, time management, and all business acumen. Based on the entire field of consulting in the LIDT field, there are many pros, cons, and challenges. The pros of this field are self-management, having that independence, having that drive for yourself, making those decisions. That's something that can be very fun. It can also be very challenging. So it kind of depends on how you see it. Self-evaluation. We've all had a bad review before from a boss, from a director, from a department head, and it wasn't necessarily a good experience. We most certainly learned from it, but perhaps we would have delivered it differently to ourselves. Flexibility and adaptability. Being able to have the flexibility throughout the day of whatever comes to your daily life. Whether it be that your child gets sick, or maybe you're on your way home and a tire goes flat. Having that flexibility allows for a little less anxiety related to the everyday work life. The adaptability level is all based on you. So if you consider yourself an adaptable person, this is a major pro. The variety of work that you can take on. As we discussed earlier, you can take on many different types of fields as an LIDT consultant. Learning by doing and that behavioral mode of learning is something that everyone can learn from. Whenever we learn by doing, I retain that information a lot quicker. And usually I remember it longer, and that skill set improves drastically. The cons to the consultant career seem to be that this is a non-traditional pathway to employment. It's not your typical 9-to-5, have a job offer, and have that security from a business. It is your own. And therefore, the risk of losing income and not being able to depend on monthly income is real. That is something that you might have to be adaptable to. And another con might be realizing who claps for you. It might be difficult to understand who really supports you as time goes. The challenges of being a consultant in the LIDT field could be building and retaining business. Maybe you're having a hard time acquiring clients. It means you might have to reach out more. And that takes time, effort, advertising, and some independence. Budget assessment, alteration, and responsibility. Understanding the needs of your budget. Perhaps you take on a project that you don't want to take on, however, your budget really needs it. In order for your business to continue growing, sometimes you have to take on environments that maybe are a weakness for you, but that could also be a fantastic learning opportunity. Speaking of which, having that learning curve is huge in any field, but as a consultant, I feel it is bigger because you are taking care of your entire business as well as your professional skill set. The self-discipline to be your best possible employee. If you were reviewing your employees, what would you want to say? What would you want them to do? How would you want them to react? How would you want them to initiate their learning? There are so many questions that you could answer by turning the roles and becoming your own boss. With managing these challenges in the consulting world, we can always go to research. validate the LIDT techniques that we're using, understanding how to master the types of proposals and contracts, understanding how to improve your business acumen, or maybe it's doing some learner research, sending out a survey of different types of questions and how the interface appears to the learner. Mitigating the challenges through the consulting field in LIDT careers is going to be an ever-changing topic. During some seasons, it might be that you need to build your business more. But during other seasons, maybe it's that you need to manage your time better. You feel that your work-life balance is off. But these seem to be the consistent challenges that are always rotating in our consulting business. Building and retaining business. To mitigate these challenges, you should contact your local nonprofits, small businesses, military and government entities, and K through 12 education. Put a proposal together. Ask if you can have a meeting with them. The worst they can say is no. Respond to project offers on LinkedIn, Indeed, and other platforms like Upwork. Have a sales pitch in your back pocket, and also have business cards ready to hand out to anybody, regardless of field. You never know if they know someone who needs learning design. Set up and maintain an online portfolio. Keep this portfolio organized and active, as many professionals view that or your LinkedIn first. Identifying budget needs. Calculate your income needs for all of your expenses, personal and business, and then save 25% of your gross income towards taxes for that year. Save at least 3 months' salary. Allow this to be extremely high priority because you never know when that income will come in, but you also never know when it will stop. Configure the cost for how much you will charge for your professional services. Researching on the best methods of accounting and invoicing and expense management is crucial to any successful business. Another way to mitigate the challenges is to embrace the learning curve. Take notes. Ask yourself how the project went. Reflect on all facets of the project. Ask for that feedback from your local community of LIDT professionals. Keep expanding that community so that you can work out loud. Compose a learning plan for your professional goals. Fill those gaps and find a mentor. Find someone who claps for you and will guide you through this profession with confidence, giving ability, and that sense that you can trust them. Set up a weekly meeting to see how you can fill in your learning gaps. Another way to mitigate the challenges is to have a high level of self-discipline. You can add anything to your calendar and you can create it, whether it be something that is a reminder for a tax payment, a filing date, to review your monthly expense reports, and calculating your tax in advance. Have these accountability checks every week. Budget for that time to be a successful consultant in this business. It also takes self-discipline to meet with your mentor. Keep to those weekly meetings. They may go the way you want them to, but they will also be surprising. You never know what you might miss if you decide not to attend. And make a promise to yourself to continue to always learn. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to hear about the consulting field within the LIDT careers. Have a great day.